for that. So many residents here in Southern California now faced with that question that is so difficult, right? Where do they go from here? Joining us tonight now is Blake Mallen. He's a father of two from the Pacific Palisades. He and his family lost their home this week as the fires ripped through their neighborhood. Blake, thanks for joining us tonight. I understand you're staying with your family away from the fires in Santa Monica tonight. How are you guys all doing?
Hey, Tom, thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm here at my sister's in Santa Monica, and yeah, we've had better days, that's for sure. But we're together, we're safe.
So from the videos you took, it seems like you stayed as long as possible. We're going to show some of these videos so our viewers understand what we're seeing here. You were with the firefighters as they battled the blaze in your own house. What was the moment you realized there was nothing more you could do and you had to get out?
Yeah, I mean, I was there the whole time, from watching it on Tuesday, Tom, coming over the hills, to behind us in the Highlands. Chose to stay, to do everything we could to protect my house and the street. And stayed there all through Tuesday night. I mean, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. It looked like absolute Armageddon, hell, fire on all sides. And at that time, the water was running. There was one other neighbor on the street, Alex, and we were going up and down the street with hoses, and we were putting out hundreds of hot spots, literally hundreds, all across our street. And it was working. And I was there the moment that late Tuesday night, all the water went out, just ran out, everything shut off. We got through the most of it. I spent the night going truck to truck and engine to engine with every firefighter that was in the neighborhood, knocking on windows, and every one of them was out of water. And thank God we made it through the night. The whole street made it through the night. We thought we were on the other side of it. And then sure enough, Wednesday morning, we thought we were in the clear, and one of the houses at the end of the street caught. And I went and knocked on all the trucks, and every firefighter in the neighborhood, I begged them just to make a stand for Calle de Sierra. And there was one engine, I think it was FR 115. His name was Andrew. And I don't know what his role is, but he rallied every engine in the neighborhood. And I sat there and watched every firefighter available sit on Calle de Sierra around my house and literally do everything beyond what was even fathomable to save it. They held the line. They went into my house when the fire broke in. When it got into the attic, I watched 4 or 5 firefighters put on oxygen tanks, masks, grab 2 hoses, into the attic and fight an attic fire. It was heroism at its full extent, Tom. I watched everything. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, every engine that came and attempted to save the house. And unfortunately, it didn't go our way that day. I watched it. We did everything, and despite doing everything, it wasn't enough. And to answer your question, I was there until Wednesday afternoon, where I watched our family home burn down.
Blake, what was that moment like? I mean, I was just thinking, watching you shoot the video of the attic fire and the fire blazing out of those windows, and then you actually saw it go down. I mean, I can't imagine what that was like.
It's you can't explain it. I mean, it's surreal. It doesn't feel real. In that moment, I was just doing everything that I could do and trying to work with everybody around me, that they were doing everything they can do to save it. Everybody was devastated. I was devastated, obviously, from losing everything and watching even the firefighters around me, because I know they put everything in it to try to save it. It just wasn't enough. I'll tell you, had there been water in those hydrants, there's a hydrant right across the street from my house. Had there been water in the hydrants, my house would have been saved for a fact. Calle de Sierra would have been saved for a fact. That most of that neighborhood would probably be the same. I was there. I watched it. They did everything they could with trucks refilling water truck to truck, but it wasn't enough for what we needed up there. That was a shift.
And then, Blake, I'm looking at the notes from our producer, and I almost can't believe this, but is it true that your insurance company dropped your fire coverage just a few months ago?
Yeah. Tom, I'm SoCal native. I grew up in Newbury Park, public service parents. Mom's a career educator, dad a police officer. I didn't come from a lot. I was a self-made entrepreneur for 25 years. Worked my ass off building businesses to pay off that dream home. I was paid off my family home. And State Farm Insurance dropped us in September, non-renewal for fiber. Told us we didn't qualify for the California Fair Plan because the house was too expensive. Tried everywhere to get coverage. Emailed them yesterday, came back, they said no coverage. So my family home that I've worked my whole career for, paid in full with no mortgage, they're telling me zero coverage. It's a complete loss, total devastation, and total rebuild for my family and I. Completely, everything.
Do you have any faith? Do you have any faith? Do you have any faith in your local government or the insurance commissioner that in some way you're gonna get some money? I don't know if they can make you whole, but you'll get something that can maybe help.
So here's what I have faith in. I have faith in people in community. The support that I've been getting just from starting with family and friends, but beyond that, communities on a part of people I don't even know on social media. It's been insane. I have faith in communities and people, and I have faith if communities and people are united in a direction, they have to force whoever is up there somewhere making some decision to make the right decision. But I will tell you, we need the right people in the right places making the right decision. You gotta listen. Something has to change. Where we live, the amount of taxes we pay, the amount of resources we have, the amount of will we gave, everything to save it. It's still gone. To have not enough water, to have empty reservoirs, to me going around knocking on fire trucks, right, and having every firefighter saying we can't do anything, we don't have water, they're there, they're ready, but they don't have water. I mean, who makes these decisions? What's the answer? And more importantly, what do we got to do to create change? So I have faith in that, Tom. I can't talk for government officials. I can talk for the community, and someone has to listen to the community, and I hope the right people find the right message.
Yeah, I know you have a couple GoFundMe set up. We want to put them on the screen for our viewers here to figure out how they can help people in your community and what's going on. But I feel for you guys tonight, and I hope in some way you guys can be made whole again. Blake, we'll be thinking about you, and we thank you for talking to us tonight.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Stories are all on my Instagram, @BlakeMallen. If you want to see the real time, you can find the link to the GoFundMe. And prayers go out to everybody else affected. And thank you, firefighters, Andrew, every fireman, every engine out there. You guys are heroes, and you're making a difference.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for what you guys are doing.
Blake Mallen, we thank you for that. The National Guard is also on the move tonight. Hundreds of members of the California National Guard have been deployed to the LA area to assist